Have you ever thought about selling cars from your driveway? Maybe just to make a bit of extra cash or to leave your full-time job? Well, I'm doing that. From cheap flips and project cars, so hit the subscribe button to follow my journey, one car at a time, the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses. You're gonna see it all. Another week and another video, and I wasn't going to post this video this week. I have been umming and ahhing all week as I'm going through about the content isn't kind of good enough, or there isn't enough content there. And we obviously go through all of the cleaning products that I bought, and we do a full detail with the cleaning products, so the people that are interested in what I use to get these cars that clean, it's good for you. But other than that, it's just been me doing detail after detail after detail for the dealership, so it was just rush all week. But a lot of you can relate to that, is what I'm thinking. And the reason why I did post the video is because this week has been a difficult week physically. I've just been working so hard, 12 hours a day, just scrubbing cars. I've pulled my back. I'm exhausted. The heat has been 26 minimum every single day. And when you're physically broken, you also get in your head and you get a bit, I don't want to do this anymore, and this is not good. I'm not happy. And then as a dad, well, I think a lot of you will relate, you don't have a choice. You've just got to crack on because you've got to pay the bills. They're reliant on you to do that. And that can be a lot of pressure, which this week it has been. And, my God, focus. And anybody that's ever watched the channel before will know that everything that I do is for my daughters. And I 100% I'm all about them. So this is me opening up to you guys that watch the channel. Growing up, for me, we didn't have a lot of money. Grew up on a council estate. Back in the day when you used to knock on everybody's door to go and meet them, pre-phones. And, you know, my childhood wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't an amazing childhood. So what I try to do for my daughter, who's 7, and obviously my little girl, she's 10 months, is I want them to have the best childhood that they could ever want. It's my only goal. So my daughter's 7. I think we've got, what, 7 Christmases, 7 summer holidays, 7 years before I'm not cool anymore and she wants to go off with her friends. So this week is just all about paying the bills so that I can give her the summer that she deserves. And it's been hard, but I'm not complaining. You'll see, by the end of next week, going to pay the bills for the business, which means we pay our rent, which means we pay everything. And yeah, I just want to say, like, to all the dads that are probably in the exact same position as me, whether you're driving a bus, whether you're on a building site, whether you are, whatever you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I hope you guys do enjoy the video as much as it's not that entertaining. And I just want to get that off my chest. And that's it. Bit emotional, but that's real, and that's what the channel's about. And I said that we'd be real from the start, and this week was real, was hard, but it will be worth it. This is where, if I had a full-time job, it would be much easier because you'd have guaranteed pay, could definitely have a holiday, things would be easier, but I don't have that luxury, and I'm not about to go back. We're just going to go forward. So let's crack on with the video, positive attitude, and let's keep going. Monday afternoon. I have been a very, very busy man today. jump over. I've washed the BMW and I've got that out, driven it around so I can't get in trouble. If I'm using it, she can't tell me off. Then we've got £400 worth of Autosmart product. I'm going to get it in the house, then we'll get set up and I'll show you exactly, because a few of you have asked exactly what I use, how I use it, where I use it. So I'm going to show you, and then hopefully this week the dealership have got 7 details, which is £880 this week alone. So we're going to be using this. So hopefully we'll get a car and I'll be able to show you all the products and everything. I just took myself out by the door. Let's get it inside and let's have a good look. Right, so we're doing this down on the floor because it will be easier. So everything that I bought, we've got 3 detailing brushes. You need those for getting in all of the cracks, crevices and scrubbing everything. Decent spray bottle for G101, all-purpose cleaner. You're going to be using that absolutely everywhere. Sponge, what do you do with a sponge?
We scrub stuff with sponges.
Pack of 40 cloths. Catch.
It's very heavy.
Decent quality, quite thick. 40 of those for 30 quid. Pack them over there.
Yeah.
Polishing pads, 6.85 each. Half decent. They do the job. I've been using them for years and years and years at the dealership. Tons of spray bottles and lids and
spray bottle.
You can never have too many and you get frustrated if you can't find one that works. Satin black paint. Painting any little bits of trim, any little interior bits that need doing. And then we've got
the drums.
Glass cleaner. Assistant. You don't need to get them out.
Yes.
Can you take the glass cleaner and put it over there?
Oh, this is a glass cleaner.
Glass cleaner.
Very heavy.
Cobalt, which is just like a Shop and Shine easy spray wax. Finish, interior plastic dressing. It says it cleans, but it basically silicones everything up. The dealership love that, so that's why we've got it. Upholstery shampoo, so everything in terms of wet waxing. Proper upholstery shampoo that has lighteners in it that lift the colours in the seat apparently. Never used it. Citrus pre-wash, so I've been using the EZ Car Care Citrus pre-wash for years. They sell one, so I thought I might as well get everything in one order. G101 all-purpose cleaner. Everybody that's ever worked at anywhere has used G101.
I like this one. It's got a bright red stick on my back.
Midnight, that is the carpet dye. So for any dog hair that won't come out, leave it in and paint it. Great for mats.
Car a couple of days ago.
We did do a car the other day with
horrible.
that. Treble X. This is acid and it literally burns.
Keep away from children.
But it does. Aren't you a child? Stay away from that. I'll take that back. Keep that away from children. That will burn the wheels, so you have to be quick. And then auto wash is car shampoo, no wax. So basically, for the exterior, you've got citrus pre-wash and then a shampoo with no wax. So we can obviously claim it in with the shampoo, citrus pre-wash, and then claim it with the shampoo. And then the sponge is over there. Then interior, G101 all-purpose cleaner to clean it, and then finish to dress all of the plastics. Brushes, bigger spray bottle for G101. Midnight for any faded dead mats that need sorting out. We've got a new shampoo for the wet waxing, so that should make that nicer and easier. And yeah, so I will put the receipt on the screen. We'll take a picture of it, what I paid, but £390. Hopefully that lasts, I'd say 3 months for some of the stuff, and some of the stuff, obviously like G101, I use one of those maybe every 2 months, but now we're going to be doing a lot more cars. So that's what we've got, that's how we use it. Polishing, I am currently using the Freckler 360.
Wow, this is light.
And also the Super Resin Polish for
I love this thing.
over the top. And that is kind of what we use, yeah, pads, cleaning stuff. Wet Vax is just a Vax, pet Vax, with a long attachment. And that's about it.
So many cloths.
So now Nia's got to get to work and clean some cars this week.
Well,
7.
I'm going to see a nail at school, thank you.
7 cars this week. Right, so the next time I see you guys,
Wait,
we
is that
will
one a
have
day?
car.
One a day?
No, we're going to have to do 2 a day.
2 a day?
Some days. So it's Tuesday, I'm waiting for the dealership to get back from Wales with a car. So I thought, play about with this. So I've fitted the pipe that was the oil feed that was leaking. Basically I was given a paper gasket and these are the genuine Audi metal ones. So I've just fitted one of those. Hopefully that will stop the oil leak. If you didn't see the previous video, when I fired it up, you can still see some remnants of the oil down here. Basically there was oil and it was coming out of the oil return from the turbo because that gasket had torn, and then there was an exhaust blow and one of the top bolts was loose. I still don't know if they're super tight. I think I need to go and get like a ratchet spanner to tighten the downpipe bolts, but I've just connected power and now I'm just giving it a few little, I don't want to start it because there's been no oil in the turbo. So I'm just trying to build some oil pressure. Oh, she's alive. Still leaking the exhaust. Whether the oil is leaking. Yeah. Not doing too well at this. I don't like this mechanicking, especially not on this car. So the oil leak is a million times better, but it's still dripping. There you go. I know where it's dripping from because this video is the top. To get to the top, it's behind the exhaust manifold, which means I'm going to have to undo the bolts to the manifold, undo the downpipe, move the turbo back so it's free, so it's just connected from the coolant and oil lines. Then I'll be able to check where it's leaking, tighten it. Maybe I've need a fresh washer, I don't know. Get that sorted, then I can then put everything back together, and whilst I'm doing that, try and get these downpipe bolts tight because it's just so tight and fiddly. That sounds super hot. I'm gonna melt my phone, but it's literally so squashed down there. So we're close. I just want this done. It's annoying me. So I'm gonna let it cool down and I'll come back to it later. It's too hot to touch now. So I've packed all of the TT up for another day and I will try and get that top oil feed when I've got another spare hour. But the plan is this week, this month, to do as much dealer work as physically possible for one reason, and I always tell you the truth. Nia wants to go on a holiday, and right now we do not have the money to go on a holiday, not even just the Butlins. So if I can do as many of these details as physically possible through July, hopefully I can make enough so I can take her on holiday. But you guys can also help me out with that as well by sharing the video, liking the video, commenting on the video. It helps it get it out there, and maybe sometime in the near future we can start to make just a little bit more than the £200 that YouTube is currently paying us. So I'm going to stop begging and start working so we can get Nia that little holiday she wants. First one of the week, I think I've got about 7 this week, is just a Clio, so not actually that bad. Engine wise, paintwork, not horrific either, should just need a quick polish and that's good. It's definitely been washed. Inside, seats are a bit soiled, but for the most part, not too bad. Bit of a smell of dog, to be honest, so I'm waiting for the boot. There's the dog hair, but it's only small. Positive. Give as many details like these 7 of these for 120 quid in a week. It's very easy to get downhearted. You open the boot and you find that, but it's long. Longer dog hairs are easier. It's the short hair ones that are a nightmare. That comes out. It's currently 3 o'clock. Doesn't matter what time I finish tonight, this has to be done because they also picked another one up today. So I'm not going to film it purely because it's not that bad. I'm going to do before and afters, and I'll see you on the other side. Which will be tomorrow when we pick up. Hopefully this week I want to pick up one that's really bad, and we can go through that one together using all the products that we just bought. But this one, it's not dirty enough. So here's the before and afters, and I'll see you in the morning. It is Wednesday evening at 6:30 and I am shattered. So my only goal this week is to work. The dealership are collecting 7 cars and I plan on cleaning each of them. Now the first car didn't arrive until 3 o'clock yesterday. So that was the Clio. That has now been done. I didn't get afters because I was rushing, but you would have seen some pictures that the dealership took that I took off their website and used to show you. Then I did this Qashqai, and then I've also and in the engine bay, and that is all ready to do the interior tomorrow. So safe to say I'm pushing as hard as I can. It's now just coming up to 8 o'clock, and then I come in the office and do any paperwork. So I had an inquiry on the Focus. Wanted part exchange for a Kia that you had 12 grand on. So that was a no-go purely because it's just too pricey for me. I have now reduced the price of the Focus even more. That is now on screen 5295. So it's working its way down, but remember we bought that all in as it sits right now 38. So there is still a decent margin, but you know, I want to sell a car. It's the 9th and nothing sold. Then the Fiesta had its MOT today, so put that on the screen as well. I actually don't know what that was. I know that it passed but needed a tyre, and so you're seeing it, and I'll check it when I'm editing it or when I collect it tomorrow. So that now can go onto Auto Trader with a year's fresh MOT. Of the cash sheet, we are currently running at 951 behind, but obviously we've got the 390 that we spent on cleaning materials. So far I've made 1500 off YouTube, dealer work, no commissions, no warranty claims, no payouts. I don't know, I've got part X's on there. So far we've made 1500 and we are on the 9th, but I've obviously put these pending other ones in. We just haven't collected them. I think they're collecting 3 tomorrow and 1 on Friday, so it's going to be a busy. It's good. Get this done. So we're £951 behind breaking even, and for the year so far we're £963 behind. So we need to make £2,000 more. So we need to sell Fiesta and we need to sell Focus, and we'll be alright. We'll be flying. We'll be good. But at the moment, it is all about doing dealer work, and obviously we've still got the rest of this week, and then 2.5 weeks after that. It's 31 days in July. My birthday in July on the 27th, so that's where we're at. I didn't want to not film anything or something. Tomorrow we'll crack on. This EcoSport, actually we'll do some filming on this tomorrow because the colour is awesome and I'm actually looking forward to polishing it up. And I'm actually looking forward to it because it's not as ruined. It's a dog van, but it's not as ruined as I thought, and I feel like I'm starting ahead because I stayed working late this evening. Tomorrow when I get back after the school run, we're going straight into the interior rather than having to wash the car, get everything out. Everything's already out there from today. I just shoved it inside the car so I can just grab it out and start working. So it's hot as well, like it's mad hot. So I'm going to eat something, and then tomorrow we will actually film some footage of... I've never polished a wheel cover, which I'm quite excited, and that's how you know you're a loser, when you're excited to polish an exterior wheel cover. But yeah, that's tomorrow's plan. I'll see you tomorrow. For you it'll be 30 seconds, and we'll crack on. I'm tired, and it's only Wednesday. Oh, things we have to do to pay the bills, eh? Thursday morning, and it is already warm out here. So, before, I'm really looking forward to making this pop. Look how many swirls, and this thing, it's only gonna be, I think it's £5 or 5.3 on their website, but I'm still gonna give it a really good polish because I enjoy that. And this was what I mean about the rear wheel cover. I've never polished one. There's a bit of damage I won't be able to get out, but it's just gonna be fun. I don't know why I think that's fun, I just do. Again, absolutely mad, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That is basically, you know, you're in trouble when that is on the back window. So I washed the car yesterday, so it just needs a bit of panel wipe before we begin. But before you can do the outside, got to do the inside. So I'm going to get set up, and then we will go through how I do interior, because a few of you guys have asked for it. So this is the perfect 5-10 minutes of this car going from this. It's not mega dirty. All the mats are inside. Leather seats, which makes life easier. There's no massive amounts of crud. I mean, the worst bit, it's already warm, is under the seats, obviously, because whenever you pay someone to give anything a quick clean, they never do under the seats. And the backs of the seats are not even horrific, bit of dog hair. Hopefully it doesn't fight me all the way, but so let's get set up and I will show you how I do an interior, and then we will polish the exterior. Let's go. So we're pretty much set up. I am not a detailer. A detailer is a professional and they have a ton of tools. I do not. I use little razor blade to cut off stickers. I also use two things: G101 in the big spray bottle to spray everything and wipe it, finish to dress the plastics when it's done, and Cobalt in all of the door shuts and edges and anything that is painted on the inside, like obviously all around here. And then in my box I literally use a wheel brush for scrubbing. I'm not trying to tickle anything, I just want to scrub all the dirt out. Again, cheap big brushes, again just for cracks, crevices. I've got loads of different drill attachments. That's the one I mainly like to use because it flicks it out. But then you've got flat ones, you've got big fluffier ones, you've got ones that really point into the corners. Scrubbing brush, that is a screwdriver, and I use that. I put a cloth on the other side, and then all the little cracks and crevices that you can't get to, you can use that. This is really handy for down the side of seat edges. And then again, loads of different brushes. These are good as well. So you can do the vents, so you can just put a cloth on the other side and then really push that into the vents, which you'll see. little bristle brush for steering wheel buttons and things like that, super handy. Hoover attachments, smaller drill brush, and a load of brushes, and a little pick as well for poking through the perforated leather, and again just for getting in the little areas that you can't get out down the gear side. So that's it. Like, there's no amazing tools. Henry long extension, and then a soft bristle one, but actually this one has seen better days. I should probably get a fresh one for literally getting up all of the bits. Let's start talking about it and let's do it. It's hot, so the phone just overheated already, and we are only 10:30, so yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. Anything that can come out of the car, the mats, parcel shelf, rear boot carpet, inside, and we just wet vax them in here purely because it's easier, it's more comfortable. So typically my other half does these. That is wet, so she's had a go. So now I'll just give this a drill and a hoover on the fence, and we'll get this back in. She never does the other side. She's learning. Right, let's get this bit done, and we're then done with the boot. So we're into the back seats. Now, it doesn't matter whether I'm cleaning a disgustingly dirty car or a relatively clean car. I clean every single car the exact same way, regardless of how dirty or clean it is. It just takes longer to do the steps. So I always do the boot, then I go into the back, lift the seats up, push them all the way so they're out of the way. Let's have a look. So with the seats lifted all the way up and pushed all the way forward, you can now get down into all the rails. I always go that side first, then I come here, then I go drivers, then I go there, and I just aim to get all the dirt out the car, just G101 everything. I haven't used any of the finish yet, just going and cleaning as much as I can out of the car first, so you get a nice base. When I'm going and dressing all the plastics and final hoovers and last bits of checking, because for an example, when I slide this seat rail all the way forward and start drilling, some bits will come back into the back seats, so pointless. So I just try and get through the whole car first time, getting everything out. Once I've got the bulk of the car, it's technically clean, then I start dressing plastics and making sure every crack and crevice is done, and And yeah, and even then, when you're wet vaxing, the wet vac sprays on all of the plastics, all of the carpets, so you need to go back around again and wipe it and make sure it's good. But this is leather, so we shouldn't have to do that step, which makes it easier. Just spray them with G101 and scrub them. Easy. Right, let's get this footwell done. We're flying, because we've got to work fast, because it is getting spicy hot. Don't want the Hoover to overheat. Let's go. We do the exact same as we did in the back, but in the seat, obviously, you just saw it get pumped all the way down, which shows us these rails, which shows us down the side of the seats, which then frees up the top half of the carpet. So we just managed to get to this bit, and now we can do the top bit and all the carpet here. So I'm going to remove that beanbag side blocker, and we'll get started with this footwell. At this point, I put the canopy up because it's far too hot. So that is definitely making my life a lot easier. At this point, all I have used is G101 from this spray bottle, cloths, drill brush, detailing brush, and the car is done. Obviously, there's a few little bits here that I just need to get a dry, fresh cloth and hoover and get those off. But what I do when I clean this plastic with glass cleaner because it looks better. Same down here, gets rid of any little smudges. But the car itself, the seats have all been cleaned now, carpets, door cards, the whole car, just G101 hoover, basic. It's super easy. to get a really nice clean car. Now for the next step, which is the finish, and basically that is a cleaner, but basically all it is like a plastic dressing. It's a bit sticky. You can dilute it for a bit more of a satin finish, but the dealership love it because it makes everything shiny, and in the pictures it enhances the gloss. I've even seen them put it on seats. So let's get some out and let's get all of these plastics dressed and get everything looking shiny and clean. Then mats go back in, glass, dials, clean the glass cleaner. I do the glass, I do the dials, and I do any of the gloss trim because that just cleans that up. But yes, it's not too bad. We're nearly there. Amazing what you can do with just all-purpose cleaner and some tools. So let's crack on. Hours and we are done with the interior. So we only used G101 finish and glass cleaner, and safe to say we got some really nice results. Obviously not absolutely amazing immaculate because they're not paying a detailer to spend 2 days. They're paying me limited time, but everything has been scrubbed, everything has been hoovered, and it's about as good as you're gonna get a car for 120 quid, including polished. So let's get the outside done. This is the bit I enjoy. Let's get it done, get it spanking, and go and get another one, which is what gives me the fear, because this is a struggle and I've still got to do another one today. Joys, we can do this. Just gotta keep battling on. So as always, I've been cracking on, and this colour is so nice. Love it. So I've been doing this side of the cover, but I don't think this was originally blue because there's so much thick orange peel that I just can't see that being the case. But nonetheless, this was what it was like, and that's where we're at now. Not bad. And in the sun, twinkles and sparkles, which is what we want. Remember, it's a £5 car. We're not going to spend 3, 4, 5 hours. You can spend forever and a day polishing the car. I mean, we've got polishing that one and wet sanding. This is not that car. It's £5. So we shall. Problem we have is we've got the cover which is now blocking the sun, so you guys can't see the before and afters. So maybe we need to take the cover down. So scratched. Let's do this bit together first. We can crack on with it. Now in every video I get asked what polish and everything do I use. Although these results are not perfect, that's not far off with just a cut. If I spent a little bit more time doing a refining polish, that would be pretty awesome. What I use at the minute, I'm not a pro, so I'm a valeter, is Freckler 360. That's all I've used to get those results. I've got the pad from Autosmart, £6.25, and then this machine is a Dash 6 Pro TT for the win there. Dash 6 Pro is about 100 quid, and yeah, so you can see if the camera picks this up or not, but basically there's like a line there. Yeah, you can see it just there. And the difference, see, it's all holograms and swirls, and that is just metallics. I'm going to finish this up. Thank you for spending the day with me detailing a car. I'm going to drop this one back. I've got 3 more that have just arrived and another one on Friday, so I've got a couple of days. I want to get them done. Tomorrow is Friday, so 2 tomorrow, 2 on Saturday, and then I can have Sunday off and chill. Here's hoping. So there's going to be more to this video because there's more cars coming thick and fast. This week is all about detailing, so hopefully there's some cars that I can show you some more content on, but for now I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully with some easy cars. Also lowered the price on the Focus, probably already said that. Fiesta's passed. It's the problem when you've only got 2 cars for sale, you don't get a lot of calls or inquiries because you haven't got cars. So I think I might have made a bit of a mistake buying a £6 Focus and a £5 Fiesta, because I could have bought 4 cars at £2. Those Fiestas were all bought at £1,500 each, so I could have had quite a few. I could have had 4 or 5 cars, but it is what it is. We're making money and we'll carry on. It's a journey, so if you want to join me on the journey and you've got this far, hit subscribe, like, comment. We've got to push these videos out there to more people. Let's carry on. Friday morning and I'm going again. I'm not really looking forward to it, but here's what it is. Last night about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I did the interior on this Polo. So I've just got the seats left to do and a bit of wet waxing in the boot, because there's a bit mud and you can't dye this because it is grey. So that wet waxed, get it polished up. Not horrific, it's in quite decent condition, and then on to the next one. So I got to try and get this and one more done today. It's gonna be a long day. I've just been looking at the figures. So with these cars that I've got plus 5 next week that I've got as well, I'll be £200 short of breaking even. So I definitely need to sell something. I'm getting a little bit anxious is the word I'll use. Some of you said don't buy the £5 ones, stick to the £3 ones, and I said I want to sell the more expensive ones. I like to do that, but they're not selling, so yeah, getting a bit worried. So these are the prices of those 2 now, and yeah, getting a bit nervous, but there is a but. I can always sell the Focus to the dealership, get my £4 back, and then buy 2 cheaper ones. So that is definitely an option. But I think I should be able to get £5 for that Focus. So it's what it is. Be alright. Positive, work our way out, and just keep going. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. These are the cars I've got. They ain't selling at the minute, but everything does sell. I can't afford for them to sell next month. We need to sell them this month, because if they sell, then we can afford the holiday. We can replace it with a fresh bit of stock. And we're going to be at zero next week with still a week and a half to go, which means with pure dealer work, we're going to get £500 profits. If we can sell a car, and the margins on these are still quite good. The Focus, if it sells, we're 3,800 all in as the Focus sits there right now. So if we can get £5,000 for it, it's 1,200 quid. And the Fiesta with the MOT, just needed the tyre and the MOT. I bought it for 3 plus the fee. So we're in that 3.5 grand all in. So if we can get 4.5 for that one, it's still another £1,000. So I'm nervous, but it'll be alright. It's got to be, hasn't it? So just got to keep focused on what we can control. And right now, what we can control is making money from cleaning cars. As much as that's not what I want to do, that is definitely not the idea of where I want to be. I want to be selling 3-4 cars a month, making 3-4 grand, and that's it. Very nice. But doesn't always go that way, and that's business and that's life. And I'm going to stop getting inside my own head and start cleaning a Polo. We'll catch up in a bit. So, it is Saturday morning and I managed to get the Polo and a Golf done yesterday. The Golf wasn't in too bad. It was a one-owner car. Had some light scratching, which is on screen now. And then I had to buff and then ceramic coat some of the clear coat that had gone on the sunroof. But again, this week has just been about surviving. And I did think about not posting this video purely because it's getting a bit the same every week. The same, oh, I'm detailing cars, and even a couple of you have put in the comments that you just might want to change the channel to a detailing channel, but it's not what I want to do. But we've got to survive, so that is part of the journey, is it not? That I left my full-time job thinking that I'd be able to sell enough cars and do enough to survive and just do a couple of days of dealer work. But I've got 2 cars, neither of them are selling, and we're 12 days into the month and we've paid the bills. So that has to be the priority. As much as I get that you guys want content, I've got to survive. And as we grow along the journey, maybe we'll do less detailer work. We'll definitely do less than this week. But yeah, it's a tricky one. How do I balance survival with content, with growing? So some weeks are not going to be amazing. This computer is so awful. Some weeks are not going to be amazing, and that's real life. That is me having to put my family first, and we've bought cars that make great content. The Audi with the red roof that we did, and then it blew up on me. And you know, the BMW, there is content there, but that takes money. It needs the front bumper painting, it needs the lenses ordered to replace the headlights, it needs all the rear lights replacing, it needs a full interior detail and the leather dyeing on the seat, and that will, with the spoiler putting back on, that will be a great video. But that video is going to cost me £700, £800, £900 to make that car complete 100% and a really nice car again. Can I justify spending £900 on that car when I don't have enough to take my daughter on holiday? I can't do it. Same with the TT. I could call up a mobile mechanic, he could come over, we could whip off that turbo, attach the oil cooler at the top, get everything plumbed in properly, get the drive shaft back on, and job done. But can I justify spending money on my project car when I can't afford to take kids on holiday? I can't do that. So sometimes in life you have to make sacrifices and just crack on. I promise you, this week has been awful. Mentally, physically, my back is ruined. I've pulled my back. But I'm getting a bit emotional. Why get emotional? But that is life. Sometimes you've just got to do what you don't want to do to crack on. And yeah, I thought about not posting this video, but the video's real. The video is life. That things don't go your way and you have to adapt. And this week's adapting is that the computer doesn't turn on. I want to check how many views we got on the Fiesta on Auto Trader, but it's not working. So yeah, adapt, overcome, do whatever it takes to survive, because along this journey, I will look back in maybe 6 months, in maybe a year, and think, do you remember those months where I just had to detail cars? And obviously my other half's just started doing one day here, one day there, back at work. But in September, she's going back to work 2 days a week as well. So that will be a help. Little one will start nursery. She'll be 1 in September. How fast that's gone already. So I just got to survive for the rest of July, August and September. And then my other half goes back to September. But also it's about to be the 6-week holidays. So in being around in the house, Neil will obviously come outside and clean some cars. And it should be a nice summer holidays, regardless of whether we've got money, because you don't always need money to have a good time. We can go for picnics, we can go ride the bike in the park, we can go for a walk, take the dog out, there's stuff. So basically I'm going to sign out. I just want to check where the views are, where the money is, but I can't turn the computer on. So I'm going to pause this. We'll wrap up with what is going on in terms of the views on the cars and where we're at with money. And that'll be it. And I'm going outside to clean another 2 cars today so that I can have Sunday off. But I've pulled my back so bad that I doubt that I'm going to be able to do it. Moral of the story, just keep swimming. That's all I'm going to keep doing for now. And I'll see you next week at 6:30. Fingers crossed I can sell a car. And yeah, sorry I can't be more entertaining right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there for sure. Someday soon we'll be able to buy more project cars, buy and sell more cars, have more cars here. But for now, I'll see you next week. So in terms of cash sheet, nothing sold yet. All of the costs are where they are. And then green ones have been paid, so still to be paid. Well, that one's done and needs to be paid. That was the Golf I did yesterday. I've got the Focus outside, and then there's another Polo that I'm going to pick up once I've done that. So there's another 360 to be paid this week, and then next week there's 5 cars that they're collecting. So they've been confirmed that I'll be doing those as well. 120 commissions, the 265 from YouTube. So we've made in 12 days £2,240. If I didn't have to buy all of the Autosmart products to clean all of these cars, then I'd have another 400 quid and we'd actually be in profit right now. But you can't clean cars without the proper stuff, and it slows you down so much if you haven't got proper wheel cleaner, proper shampoo. You save time. So definitely, I mean, those 3 details that I did yesterday and the 2 today pay back the cleaning products. So yeah, we're currently running £241 behind, but we've still got weeks left. We've got next week we've got 5, then we've got another week, and then another 4 days. So if I can do another 5 there and another 2 or 3 there, we definitely are going to be 1,200 quid in profit just from detailing cars. And it's great to survive, isn't it? It's imagine if I didn't have this work right now, I would be crying, dipping into savings, or just getting a job. So at the end of the day, at least I get to do the cars at home be around, see the baby, see Nia, and I'm here at least, not 11 hours somewhere else. So that's a plus. Let's look at positives. Positives, I'm at home, I'm around. A lot of dads have to go and do 12-hour days to get the same money, and they don't get to see their kids for 12 hours. They don't get to tuck them into bed and then go back out and work. So we'll take that. Positives. Income, we are 45 grand and outgoings 44,802, but obviously that will go up because there's invoices to be paid and there's nothing really to spend money on, so should go up. And then obviously outgoings 2876, wages and everything else had to come out to pay the bills. So that's that one. And then in terms of the cars, the Fiesta went live yesterday. It had 15 views. That is currently at 4,595. And we are currently, there will be a £100 bill going onto the Fiesta for the MOT and a tyre. So that will be 3,542. So as long as we can sell the Fiesta for 4.5, if we knock off 100 quid, that will make a grand. Beautiful. Just what we want it to do. So now we've just got to get that sold in the next 2 weeks and life will be good. I'll be happy. Stress. Selling cars is stress. And then we're at 5,295. Now remember, this Focus and the Fiesta, the dealership, it annoys me. And this is why. This Fiesta is one owner, 10 Ford main service stamps, 64,000 miles, 12 months MOT, titanium spec. The dealership have sold 3 of these this month already. Not as good as this, not as specky as this, not as history as this. And they just sell because when the dealership put it up for sale, bang, they just sell it because people trust their reputation and easy. For them to sell this car, they would sell this car on the weekend. They have sold already 3 of these. There's another one. So for them, they would sell this for 6 grand and they would sell it in a heartbeat. So they have offered to buy both of these cars. So if I cannot get rid of them by the end of the month, they're going to the dealership. They're both fully prepped. They're both, obviously, that's now had the MOT done on it. So they'd give me 3.5 grand and they'd stick it up for 4,795, 4,895 probably. And they'd sell that again in a heartbeat. And they'd put this one up for 6. So that one's had 108 views since we listed it 2-3 weeks ago. And that is on 5,295, and I'm currently in that one 3,840, so 4,895. So even if I have to drop it down to 5 grand to sell it and make a grand, I'd still rather do that than just trade it onto the dealership for 3,895, because they're only going to give me the trade price because they want to warranty it. They've got to make money on it. So that's where we're at. 15 views. That only got listed yesterday afternoon. It's had 15 views, so that's not bad. And yeah, 108 views in there. That is where we're at. I'm trying to stay positive, and is what it is. So I'm going to work. Like, that's it. What can I say? Have my coffee and crack on. I'll see you next week, 6:30.